Final Fantasy XVI is the brand new edition of the Final Fantasy series that is going to take us on a wild ride. There are many different characters in the series, and the one that I'm going to be going on today is going to be Clive. Clive is the main protagonist of the series, and he will be the main focal point of the entire game, spanning through 3 different parts of his life. When he's a teenager, when he's in his 20s, and when he's nearing his 30s or in his 30s as well. We will be mostly controlling Clive throughout the entirety of the game. There may be a few other times where we control other people, but Clive will be the main focal point. Clive is a son of an aristocracy, precisely the firstborn son of Rosaria, one of the areas within inside Valisthea. Initially, he was thought to receive the Dominant, which is the summon. He was thought to inherit the Phoenix. Unfortunately, he did not inherit the Phoenix, and his brother Joshua inherited the Phoenix instead. However, this does not mean that Clive does not have a Dominant. He does end up eventually getting the Dominant Ifrit. Because he did not inherit this Dominant from his father, he ends up being named the first shield of Rosaria, and his mission is to protect his brother and guard the Phoenix. And from what was shown in the story so far, we do know there is a great tragedy that leads Clive on a revenge kind of mission. I believe that something clearly happens to his brother. I don't know if he dies or he is frozen in time like we have seen in other games, or he is sick and can be revived later. We don't know the exact details, but we do know that it's enough to cause great hatred within Clive's heart. We do see 2 icons fighting, one of those being the Phoenix, which is supposedly his brother. Other things shown through all of the trailers and all of the state of the plays and the PAX East reveal is that in the very beginning, when Clive is actually using his powers of the Dominant to fight others, he's not actually quite in full control of the Dominant and is still very much learning how to use it, when to use it, how to control it. And he kind of fails at control quite a bit. It's seeming like one of the characters that we will talk about later, Sid, is actually kind of like a mentor figure towards him. Somebody who already has the power of the Dominant, who has had a power of the Dominant for quite a while, and so kind of knows how to control and how to use his Dominant. Clive also has somewhat of a kind of adoptive sister, Jill, which is more a political prisoner in the grand scheme of the game that they are taking in to hold in themselves. To be kind of a treaty between 2 warring nations. She ends up becoming the Dominant of Shiva, and who Joshua and Clive end up going to for a lot of their problems. We also know that, of course, that Clive has a very good boy that is always with him, Torgal, who you can indeed pet, as well as many other characters, which we'll cover in another video. Clive is also a master swordsman. He became one to be able to protect his brother, and because he became the first shield of Rosario, he actually does share a little bit of power with the Phoenix. We can see in the gameplay that is shown that he is using many different icon abilities, whether that be the wing of a phoenix, the arms of the Titan, or the talons of Garuda. There are many different icons that he is shown using, minor manifestations of them outside of Ifrit. However, this is about all that we have for Clive for now. They've kept themselves pretty tight-lipped on the overall story and the overall evolution of Clive's character, which is a good thing. Even the 40-minute trailer that they released didn't actually show a lot. It showed one particular section of the game that was relatively dark, kind of gloomy, showing his struggle of power with his own icon, but not actually delving that much into his actual backstory, which is very, very good. That means that there's going to be still a lot of twists and turns that come out when the game is actually released, just a little bit under a month or a month from when this video comes out. And you know, not everything is known, and I think that's a very, very good thing, especially with all of the tours that they have been doing promoting the game. They have kept themselves pretty tight-lipped about revealing particular things about the game, which means we still have a lot of surprises in front of us. So that will be all it for Clive. However, there will be a video that I will encompass all of the other main or side characters that come along with the journey, but their backstories are obviously much smaller to what is currently available. So I will probably encompass them all into a singular video. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.